Hey, what's up? My name is Javier Wallace, owner, guide of Black Austin Tours. We're here at the Jeremiah Hamilton House, also known contemporarily as Symphony Square. Austin is the capital of the state of Texas, so everything politically that goes on in this state, it has to start here. And so a part of starting here in Austin and really taking this narrative to a different level is thinking about some of these first political actors that were Black after slavery who ascended to become political activists and politicians in the state of Texas.
After the U.S. Civil War, Black people were determined to participate at the highest levels in their respective states and the nation.
One of them is Jeremiah Hamilton, who is one of the representatives who goes in the 1870 during the 12th legislature and ratifies the 14th and 15th Amendment. The 14th Amendment gives citizenship to Black people in the United States, and the 15th Amendment gives African American men the right to vote. Jeremiah Hamilton is one of the over 50 Black men who ascended to the Texas legislature or the Constitutional Convention since the end of slavery for Black people to be civically involved in this city before the era of Jim Crow kicks in. While Black men gained the right to vote at the passing of the 15th Amendment ratified here in Texas by people like Matthew Gaines, and Black women were not franchised, it doesn't mean that Black women were not civically or politically active. They were. Black women were actively trying to push people to vote and advocating for their rights to vote. They did things. They encouraged people to get out there and vote. Not only did they do that, later on they started to create women's clubs that were dedicated to civil rights and the uplift of the Black community. And we have people like Laura Pierce and Maud Craig Sampson Williams, Austin born, who established in 1906 the Douglas Club, which is a Black women's club that's active today. Maud Craig Sampson Williams, even though she didn't spend all of her life in Austin, Texas, she was a founding member of Texas's first NAACP chapter in El Paso, Texas. She was a staunch advocate for Black people not only having the right to vote and be able to actively vote, but also a proponent for education. She was very instrumental in the desegregation of the University of Texas system, particularly at the university in El Paso. Black women like Maud Craig Sampson Williams and the many others whose names we do not know, who actively and tirelessly advocated and fought for all Black people, lead us into the election of Barbara Jordan in 1966. Because if it's not for people like her and the other people whose names we do not know, we wouldn't have Black people representing us at the highest level of this state and eventually at the highest level of the nation. We're here at the University of Texas at Austin, the flagship institution of the state of Texas, and none other at the Barbara Jordan statue. Barbara Jordan is a Black woman who we have to understand her importance. We didn't have any Black politicians ascend to the highest level of the state until 1966 when Barbara Jordan is elected to the Texas Senate. She's the first Black person since the end of Reconstruction to have achieved that goal. Not only that, Barbara Jordan then becomes the first Black woman from the U.S. South to be elected to the U.S. House of Representatives later on. She taught at the University of Texas for over 17 years. She becomes the first woman statue placed on this campus at the university. So if you're ever in Austin and you want to connect history over time, you have to stop by the University of Texas and marvel at this wonderful statue, read some of her amazing words, and understand the impact that she's made not only on the state of Texas, the city of Austin, but the entire country. That's why when you fly into Austin, you're flying into the Barbara Jordan Terminal at Austin Bergstrom International Airport.